Robert, welcome back to your evening update. Hope you're doing well. In this video, we'll be talking your latest Manchester United news. There's some updates on MATEUS Fernandes, which we'll talk about. Manchester United transfer budget being revealed. We'll also talk about Bruno Fernandes, his potential exit, De Ligt, and more. So let's get into it. Start off talking about Vinicious Junior as well, actually, which we'll start off by talking about. So, intermediaries have contacted Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Liverpool, and Chelsea regarding the potential availability of Vinicious Junior. Real Madrid insists Vinicious Junior will be sold if he does not sign a new deal this summer. Now, Vinicious Junior, he could be the potential winger that United sign. He has been linked for a while. I don't think there's too much talk in this move, but it's definitely a left winger talk that we need to have. I think United did want one in January, as kind of mentioned by Semenyo, and I think we do need to go and get one in the summer. Now, who that is, we will have to wait and see, but Vinicius Junior could well be an option. Now, he's 25, his contract runs out in 2027. He has been one of the best left wingers in the world for a while. I know he does get a lot of criticism, but he is a player, if you just look at his footballing ability, he is very, very good. He's someone who scores goals, creates assists, he's someone who runs on the last line. And yes, his ego might be a bit, but in terms of, as I said, the quality, he would be a very good fit. Now, there's a lot of baggage that comes with Vinicius Junior. But again, do I think United are going to sign him? No. I think this could just be a tactic in getting him to try and sign a new deal, really. I think he's destined to stay at Madrid for a while. And I don't think he'd leave Real Madrid to join United anyway. But he's definitely someone you can look at. He does have some good stats. He's a good player. We all know about the quality that he has. He probably will be wanted, or if he does get sold for a lot of money. But if he does get sold, where do you really see him going? United, potentially PSG. He obviously won't go to any other club in Spain. He won't go Saudi. So Premier League, if he does leave Madrid, could very well be the main club that he goes to. So yeah, it's a shock move. I don't think anything's going to happen in it. I mean, he's a good player, multitude of European and Premier League, against Premier League opposition as well. And again, he just is a decent option, really. Now, in terms of De Ligt, now, De Ligt injury concern, or the update on De Ligt is MATEUS De Ligt has been ruled out for over 4 months with a back injury and unlikely to return before the season ends. The defender hopes to play, but with a few games left, it's a big ask. Now, as I said, De Ligt being out is massive for Manchester United. I really do value his quality. I think he's an experienced head. He's someone who offers a lot, especially with United going into Europe. I think he'd be someone who's very valuable next season. Now, again, it's going to be difficult these past few games without him, but United have managed without him, and I think we do have good enough players. Now, next season or going into pre-season, we will have to assess whether De Ligt is able to meet the demand of playing games, or whether what that injury is, hopefully, is not a recurring injury. Again, if De Ligt's fit, he starts for me. And again, his European experience is key, I think, which is something that's vital. Now, I don't think he should play again this season, even if he is fit. We've got quite a few important games left. We still have to play Liverpool, Chelsea, which are big games. But every game from now to the end of the season is going to be big. But De Ligt not being available, I think we do have good options to replace him in terms of the squad. Long term, we might need players to come in. But yeah, it's a big concern at the moment, De Ligt being out. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Now, Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United official stance that Bruno Fernandes is not for sale despite interest from PSG and Bayern Munich. However, key concern for United is the challenge of replacing the player Fernandes' influence when he eventually leaves. The midfielder once again delivered an outstanding season at Old Trafford. Listen, I don't want Bruno to leave. I don't think he should leave. He's picked up another player of the month in the Premier League. That's his sixth one now. Only Salah, Aguero and Henry, I think, have more. He's a world-class player. He deserves to be at the club, and I'm happy he just stays. I'm hopeful and happy that United get into the Champions League and Bruno Fernandes stays. That's ultimately what needs to happen and what should happen. Now, in terms of another Fernandes coming in, Bruno Fernandes is reportedly set to recommend MATEUS Fernandes as his long-term successor in midfield, with the Red Devils preparing to spend at least 80 million on central midfielders this summer, as Casemiro is expected to leave on a free. United view Fernandes as a smart, cheaper secondary option alongside bigger targets, though Manchester City could also compete for his signature via the sporting director Hugo Vian, who has a strong connection to the player. Now, listen, the United current players are doing us a good job. You got Casemiro recommending Bruno Guimaraes. You got Bruno Fernandes recommending MATEUS Fernandes. Like, I know they are in two different positions, but Matheus Fernandes is a very good player. At Southampton, he did a good job. Then he went to West Ham. He's doing a very good job there. At Sporting, again, Fernandes was the player that he looked to when he was in the academy. I really do like Matheus Fernandes. He's a different player to Bruno, but he's somebody who can get on the ball, create chances, score goals if you need him to, but breaking up play, like he's a very, very good midfielder and he is still relatively young. Again, West Ham do go down. He could be someone that you could potentially look at. I think he's someone who's got a lot of unique profiles, and defensively very, very good, on the ball very, very good, tenacity, all the stuff that you'd want from a midfielder, and he's still got that quality that you need. And I think he'd fit next to Kobbie Mainoo, or with Mainoo, very, very well actually. So yeah, I wouldn't mind Matheus Fernandes coming in. Now lastly, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is planning a major summer clear out at Manchester United, aiming to raise at least 100 mil by selling or releasing 8 senior players to cut the wage bill, comply with PSR and fund new signings. Key targets for permanent exits include Rashford, Onana, Xerxes, Ugarte, with the club braced for losses on the latter two. Casemiro, Sancho, Malacia set to leave as free agents. And United also eyeing incomings like Anderson, though they face competition. The overhaul reflects Radcliffe push to streamline the squad's ongoing struggles. I don't think like the way that that's been worded is a bit of an exaggeration. A lot of players will leave. Malacia is leaving on a free. He's just not good enough. Casemiro one's going to be sad, but again, ultimately he should be leaving as well. Then you have Ugarte, Xerxes. They're two players that United are looking to sell to raise money ultimately. And a lot of other players will be leaving. Rashford, we know he's already 1 foot out the door. Onana, apparently he wants to get regular minutes at the club, which is not going to happen. We know he should be leaving. And then you have other players. Højlund's going to be going. That gets you a bit of money. So yeah, United will generate probably more than 100 million, I think. You look at how much long term we save with Casemiro leaving, Malacia leaving on wages and these sorts of things. I think it's 44 million euros for Højlund. You probably hopefully get the 30 for Rashford, that takes it to 70. The money that you save on Sancho's wages, Xerxes potentially 15-20 million, Ugarte 15-20 million, Onana 10 to 15 million. So you will definitely generate money, which I'm hopeful about. So yeah, that's been your latest update. I mean, Vinicious Junior soccer move, I don't think anything's going to come of it. But again, United definitely do need a left winger, and there are probably better left wingers, but in terms of European pedigree, quality and ability, you have to look at Vinicious Junior as a very, very good option. And yeah, the midfield stuff as well. So let me know your thoughts.